Hi guys, welcome to another edition of my educational and informational series of provided information um, for stock trading and also investment in the cryptocurrency sector, digital currencies. So my name is Akinyemi from and welcome to the Great Shield, providing you guidance, information, uh, just for fun as well on, trading in the stock market and also what is actually hot right now, which is the cryptocurrency sector. But today I just want to talk about a strategy uh, that you can, use and show you some examples and some evidences about some of the investment that I've made in the past, adopting this strategy. So today is all about talking about long-term strategy and how patience is very important in trading the market, both in the stock market and also in the cryptocurrency market. Um, Patience is very key. It's very important to have patience in the market. I'm just going to go through a couple of examples of some of the stocks that I personally called out and I shared with some of my friends and some of the classes that I provided to some of my friends locally here in Delaware. In 2006, I did mention a couple of stocks that I, told my friends to do more research on, and if they're comfortable with it, with some of the stocks that I called out, they, suggested that they could invest in some of these companies. By no means, this is informational, educational, and for fun purposes. So whatever information I provide on here, you still have to do your own research. Make sure you're comfortable with what you're investing or putting your money into. By no means do not take exactly what I say. I still do my own research, and I advise you guys also to do your own research and your due diligence as well. I'm just sharing this slide. This is one of the slides that I use in just providing information to some of my students and my friends. So here we're gonna just run through a couple of information for you to make use of. So in the stock market, it's very important to have courage and be able to take risks. That's this number three bullet here stands out really great. Um, um, Einstein says, "What are you thinking?" Is the power of your mind. Whatever you're thinking, that's who you are. Because if you keep thinking about something over and over and over again, you become what you think about. And taking courage and taking risk in the market is very very important because without taking no risk, there is no reward. So we'll go to the next slide. So these are some of the money mistakes a lot of people make out there. I also once make some of these mistakes in the past. If you don't have a financial path, uh, if you continue to procrastinate, you have lazy money. That's money that is just not doing anything for you, and it could be money that you put in the bank. It's not really yielding anything. It could be money you put in the safe at home. You also have, if you just depend on one income stream, it's very hard in this economy these days to just rely on one income stream. I work for a company, and I also still, invest. I actively educate myself, see what's going on in the market. So I take control of some of my money in my 401k and I move things around based on my research and my education. So I suggest to you if you want to trade in the market, if that's another way of you generating another income, do your research. Surround yourself with people that have knowledge and educate yourself because lack of knowledge it's not good. It's not going to bring anything to you. It's not. The day someone stops learning, that person dies. So you're never too old to learn, and then you're never too young to teach. So you know, always be very mindful of bad advice. Whatever someone tells me or whatever I see online or some other YouTube videos, I take it and I still go do my own research. There is no point in wasting time or just lazy, just being lazy or just sitting down around watching TV. It's not going to bring, food on the table. It's not going to bring more income to you. And also, you need to educate yourself about your credit. Credit knowledge is really good. So here, it's always good to have goals. If you get it into the stock market or you get it into the cryptocurrency market, trying to invest in the digital currencies, you have to set a goal. And the number one thing is to create wealth. If you get it into trading, either stock or cryptocurrencies. Um, Another thing to do is, if you save 10,000 and if you want to start with, that's a lot of money. I encourage people or anyone that is just trying to get into the market to start with some money that you feel like if you lose it, it's not going to break you. Um, but if you build your portfolio up to 10,000, you continue to grow that money and your portfolio continue to grow because that's the ultimate goal for you to, increase your wealth. Here, some of the information that I have on here will show you how to make money and then eventually put yourself on the financial track. Um, there's a quote here, Henry Ford, the founder of Ford Motor Company, once said, anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or at 80. And anyone who keeps learning stays young. The greatest thing in life is to keep your mind young. So just like I said earlier on, the more you educate yourself, the more you learn, your soul, refreshes and you keep your soul young and refreshed. Um, so don't think you're too old to learn and don't feel like you're too young to teach. And then I'll get to this picture right here. Now, you guys are looking at, who is this guy? That's not Henry Ford. All right. That's this guy right here, KFC. He was the founder of KFC. And I'll tell you a little bit story about that. And this guy, everybody knows, the founder of Facebook. He's a young guy, born in 1984. 20 years later, in 2004, he created Facebook, and he's the sixth richest billionaire in the world, worth $44.6 billion. So I'm sure his net worth is much more than that because when I created this slide, it was in 2016. The reason I'm bringing this slide back up, let me see if I can show you something here real quick. You can see right here, stock trading class, October 2016. I purposely brought this up because I'm going to show you some of the stocks that I called out in 2016 and see how much it was trading back then and how much they are today. So Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, is older than 20 years now. This was in 2016. And his net worth is much more than 46. The reason being I'm saying this is that based on this quote by Henry Ford, you're never too young to teach. So I brought him out. He's a young billionaire. And he says here, you're never too old to learn. And this guy right here is the founder of KFC. And he was over 60 years old when he became a billionaire, actually a millionaire. Uh, and he never gave up. He kept on, learning, improving on his recipe for the KFC chicken. And he was over 60 years old when he became a millionaire. And we can still see the great work he did. Because KFC is still around. So never give up. always keep striving hard. And another story here, a young boy I ran into his video on YouTube. He's a 14-year-old boy, Damon Williams from Chicago. He made $50,000 on the stock market. His story is very interesting. Um, he used to ask his mom for money for sneakers, but his mom actually taught him how to invest in the market. And it's better to also invest in some of the sneakers that you buy, have a piece of the company. And he started young, and over a period of years, couple of years, he's been able to grow his portfolio and made a profit of about $50,000. So this video, I hope this video is helping some youth out there as well. And let's go into reality check. This is the first reality check here. 1 in 3 retirees is living on less than $900 per month, which is not enough, especially when you retired, have some medical bills and things like that. So this is how we've been taught how to live, how we live. Most of us live today. We've spent 5 years as a child, 17 years in education, meaning from like daycare up until we graduate from college. About 17 years in education. And then we spend, once we graduate from college, the next 45 years to work until we retire. And when we're retiring, we're so old, so really weak and old, and next 5 years of retirement. That means we spend majority of our lives working, which is the 45 years. But in reality, this is how we should live. The same things. We're all, going to spend 5 years as a child, spend the same years in education, 17 years in education. But as a smart individual, we're supposed to break this 45 years and live freely, spend 25 years working and enjoy the rest of our lives. And how do you break this instead of working 45 years of your life? That's when, making smart choices, smart investment opportunity, in thinking about other income streams, which trading in the market, in the stock market, and in the new market now, the cryptocurrency is another opportunity to get into right now. So that we can spend 25 years in retirement and enjoy money and wealth and our lives. Spend time with your family, your grandchildren. So that's reality check number 1. We want to move away from this side to this side. So these are other different ways of investing. Investment opportunity out there. It's not just stock trading alone. There are different ways to accumulate wealth and invest and make money. Stocks, trading, bonds, mutual funds, real estate, money market, partnerships, and foreclosures. This is an opportunity of making money and turning your money or your investment around instead of just having lazy money. Okay. So what is stock trading? I'm not going to get into all this today. What is the stock market? The primary and secondary market. I would encourage you to do some research, Google this, and get more information. So how do you start stock trading, and where do you go? The 2 big C's is get a computer and get connected through the internet. Let's see, there are different trading platforms here: Scottrade, E-Trade, TDM. There's so many trading platforms. All this information is online. I'm rushing. I'm trying to get to where I want to show you that there is money to be made in this stock market. So these are the strategies that you can adopt when you're trading: long-term investment opportunity, short-term investment, day trader, or high risk, which is investing in this, OTC, over-the-counter penny stocks. That's very volatile. But the long-term investment is what I want to It's very stable. It's, you know, you have to have patience in the market. And I'm going to show you some reality check today. So let's say reality check number 2. You have $10,000 somewhere and you want to invest the money. So if you put the 10,000 in a savings bank over the period of 6 months, what do you expect as your interest? Very minimal. But if you put the same $10,000 and invest for a period of 6 months or more, what do you expect your percentage growth rate? And what is an ideal return on investment? So let's check both of these. I already know you put your money in a savings bank or a CD, you're only going to have a couple of, you know, cents or dollars. But let's see reality check what happens when you put a $10,000 in a very careful selected company. So reality check number 2. So let's say we put a $10,000 in Twitter, a company Twitter. Everybody uses Twitter. Our president loved to tweet a lot. So President Trump has actually made Twitter more popular. As of the time I was putting this, teaching this, Twitter was very, very cheap then. It was about $14 in 2016. This was April 2016. And if you purchase one stock, you would have paid $14 for one stock. But we are investing the $10,000 here that we said we are just going to use as an example. So we invested $10,000 in Twitter in April 2014, and we were able to buy 714 stocks. So because how we arrived at that is you divide $10,000 per one stock, which is $14. So we were able to purchase 714 stocks or shares of Twitter. And as of the time I was teaching this class, this was April, but in October of the same year, 2016, Twitter has gone from $14 to $24, making an increase of 71% profit. That's over a couple of months. But let's stretch it up for today. I'm gonna go into trading account here. So this is Twitter as of today. Today is, look at the date, 10 October 3rd, 2018. That's about 2 years, you know, into investing in Twitter. So the symbol for Twitter is TWTR. As of today, October 3rd, 2018, which is 2 years after the time I said, you know, Twitter price was $14 here. If you bought Twitter 2 years ago with $10,000, Twitter today, 2 years after, will be, you know, the price has gone up from $28. I mean, from $14 to almost $28. But in between the 2 years, Twitter actually went up as high as 47. See, the 52-week range. This is showing you that the last 1 year, 52-week means 1 year range. So last year, 1 year range of Twitter, the lowest point in 1 year, which was 2017, was about $16. And in 2018, which is around July, if we look at the chart here, we're looking at a 1 year chart. It was in July, it went up as high as $47. So you can see what you bought at $14, you could have sold after like 2 years at $47. Even if you decided not to sell it, you're still holding, it's still at $28 as of today. So let me make sure you see that the 3 year, you can see what I was talking about. You see, in 2016, you can see that I'm not lying. In 2016, around when I was teaching my first class, it was around $14. You can see here. So in 2017, it was still trading below. It went up over 20, came down again. And in 2018, it went up. It just shut up. So patience is very key in the market. See, They went up to 40, almost $50, $47, and is back in the in the low 30s, which is about 28. So let me do a calculation now. How much 10,000 would have yielded for someone that invested in 2016? So if you put $10,000 in 2016, which he was trading out, Twitter, one share of Twitter was trading at $14. See, you bought 714 worth of shares of stocks of Twitter, and then you sold at 47, which was July of sometime in July this year of 2018. 2 years after. Patience. You can see I'm stressing on patience. The market requires you to be very patient and don't make decisions based on your emotions. Okay, so times $47. The $10,000 would have you would have made about $33,000. $33,571 you would have made if you put $10,000. So that means you made times 3 of your money. You put 10,000, you made over 20. You made about 23,000. So that's a lot of money right there. So patience is key. That's reality check number 1. Number 2 here is Chemours. Chemours is a spin-off company from DuPont. DuPont is a chemical company in Delaware that makes a lot of the paints that most auto companies use in painting our vehicles and some industrial chemicals and stuff like that. DuPont is very huge in the chemical sector, and Chemours was a spin-off from DuPont. And as of this time, Chemours came down. They had some issues, some lawsuit there, and it came down to as low as $5 something, about $6. So let's see how much it is today. So the symbol is CC. See, Chemours is trading around $40, but I can tell you, Chemours went as high as sometimes. Let me make sure I get the right value for you. So over the last 2 years, sometime in 2017, so Chemours went up close to $70. I recall. So in 2017, it went close to $70. I mean, it went close to about 60 something dollars. Yeah, close to $60 or 60. So now it's gone as high as that, 50, I think it's $58. Now it's back at $40. So let's just see the calculation. $10,000 2 years ago that I said, people, my friends could buy this. It was trading at $6. So we would have bought, see, I'm right. At $6, we would have bought it at we would have bought 1,666 quantity of shares from Chemours. You can see that here. I'm not lying. You see, in 2016, it was below $10. So you can see the factor there. The graphs are showing it. So, and I did call it out here. And then it went as high, let's say $58. That's as on the highest he got to is $58. Let's take that times $58. So the $10,000 would have, yielded you $96,666,000, almost $100,000. Can you believe that over 2 years with just $10,000 is a lot of money. But a lot of folks out there might have some, money in the savings and it's just sitting there. It's not yielding anything. So If you put five, let's say half of that, you would have yielded about 40 something thousand dollars if you invested $5,000. So you can see what I'm talking about, that investing in the market requires patience. Don't make irrational decisions based on your emotions or what people are saying. You have to do your due diligence and know that the company, you're investing in is a solid and the fundamentals are really strong. You have to check all these things, like things that I look at, the PE ratio and all those things. You have to, do some research. So I called out a couple of companies then and look at some of them. Go do some research. Square, this is very interesting. Square today, let's see. I called it was $8 then. You see it right here in 2016. And as of that 2016, it's been going up. It went up 50% in 2016. That's why you have all the increase here was still in 2016. But let's see what Square is as of today, 2018, 2 years after. Well, Square is SQ. See, Square is $97. But a few days ago, Square actually reached 101. So look at it here, $101.15. 2 years. Look at it there when I called it out. It was $8. It was under $10 here in 2016. See, it was doing. So let's calculate $10,000 investment in Square when it was $8. You would have bought about 1,250 worth of shares times it got to 101. Let's multiply that by 101. You held for 2 years and you sold at the high peak. $10,000 would have, yielded you $126,250. You can imagine that. In 2 years, $10,000 producing this for you. So it's possible. There is money in the stock market. You just have to have patience. You have to know where you're putting your money into. Just stick to your plan. And that's where this comes in. Know your strategy. If you're sticking with a long-term investment, stay with it. It's stable long-term, stick with it. If you're aggressive, you make 50 to 60% of your money, you can, sell out of the company. So you have to stick to this, have patience, and you will see returns in the market. So I believe there is money in the stock market, but you have to do your own due diligence as well, do your research. There's so many opportunity out there. I hope this information is able to shed more light on how to invest and how to stick to your strategy. So this is just informational video. I'm just providing you some educational and informational video, and it's fun for me because I do this. Doesn't mean you have to do it. You have to go do your own research and educate yourself, learn more. These are some information here. These are some of the tools how I do educate myself. You also need to do the same thing. Read books, have a mentor, watch videos like mine, subscribe to my YouTube channel, go to classes, seminars, and just continue to learn and continue to grow your portfolio. If I can do it, you can do it as well. There is opportunity to make 100% in the market, up to like 200-300% if you're very patient and careful with your investment. Warren Buffett, is a good example. He's a long-term investor. He has patience a lot, and I like to follow in his footsteps. So there are so many companies out here. Let me see if I can show you some more companies that I have. Actually, it's on this slide as well. So these are some of the companies that I'm very comfortable with, but you go do your research. Some of these, if you look at WLL, I don't know how much it is today. Square is a big one. Bank of America, it was $11. I think it's about $30 today. So do your research. Weight Watchers was one that I also called out there, and they're all performing very well. Be very, very patient, have confidence in the market, and look forward to more videos. The next video will be on cryptocurrency. I'm going to talk about XRP, Ripple XRP, which I believe is going to is very bullish right now, and I believe it's going to go higher the last quarter of this year, going into next year. So watch out for the next video on cryptocurrency, most specifically Ripple XRP, and subscribe to my video. Somewhere in the video, click like button, put some comment down there, subscribe to this video and share it as well, and look forward to the next video. All right, guys, love you, peace.